Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and let's start with XRP price. We're at about, I'm doing a refresh button here. We're at about $1.07. It's been kind of everything's just been kind of sitting still the last few days. Since we were going crazy, it would have been maybe what, 4 or 5 days ago, prices were going nuts. Right here it says, looking at XRP past performance, it usually consolidates for only 1 to 7 days. See red rockets, he's pointing at these, where it consolidates, and that's kind of what we've been in. Then he says, XRP monster moves usually go up in a straight line with almost no consolidation. So we could see this, thing take off at any moment. Then Dark Defender comes in. XRP formed double coffee cup formation. You know what happens next? There are new supports, resistances, forms as below. New supports are $3.95. Targets 188, 309, 585. Boy, wouldn't that be interesting? And then this is interesting because Peter Brandt has expressed his hatred for Ripple many times. In fact, when he posted this, he says, ready to rip, XRP USD massive coil. 2023 high now cleared. If 2021 high is cleared, then rockets. I'm not long XRP and have no plans to buy XRP. I own Bitcoin and Solana. And then Mickle says to him, your emotions change faster than a teenage girl. He didn't like that. He says, so in your book, flexibility is a bad thing. But I think Mickle's right on that one. All right, there's a ton to cover, so I'm just going to kind of go through it, and then when I get far enough in, we're going to, we'll just cut it to go in the group. BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin ETF options launch on NASDAQ today. There's one. Then this is Anthony Scaramucci. This makes plenty of sense because I've known this guy was not a good guy in this space for a long time. Here he is bragging about how he helped get Clayton the job in the Trump administration.
And I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised at the formation of the government. Jay Clayton, I think some of you guys know Jay, a very close personal friend of mine, helped Jay actually, when I was on Trump's transition team, get slotted for the SEC.
Motherfucking
I didn't mean to do that. Let me see. I don't need, that's copyright stuff right there. I don't want to get that in here.
He'll be at NEC. I don't know if he'll do a temporary stint back at the SEC, but they want to clean up the SEC. For this audience here, the most relevant thing from the regulatory perspective, they have a 100-day plan. They have a list of executive orders that they want to put in place immediately to take the heat off the crypto markets, take the heat off of different things, and to get more definition and less regulation by enforcement and less of this sort of weaponization going.
Any predictions for SEC chair, new SEC chair, or FTC or DOJ?
I'm not going to lie. I'm not close enough. I know that Jay has been talked to about potentially going in on an interim basis at the SEC. I don't think he wants that job. He's already done that job. And I think he's going to get a different kind of job in a very...
Surely not. There's no way that Trump and them don't get it. Now, this is from Emi Yoshikawa. She has apparently, she said retired, but I think that's the wrong word. I think that's lost in Japanese translation. I think that she's leaving Ripple, but she's too young to be retiring to anywhere. But she did a whole write-up on how she was leaving. XRP popularity interest hits 2021 high on Google Trends. That doesn't surprise me at all.
And we'll
now,
see.
Here's Charles Hoskinson talking about how he is in conversations with David Schwartz.
What level do you think Cardano and XRP working together? I think we can add amazing DeFi components to XRP. I think they can add a lot of liquidity, and they can add a wonderful stablecoin layer. Bridges, definitely. And it would be super cool to see if there's a path to get Midnight working with XRP. So we're meeting with David Schwartz here in a little bit. I've been texting him back and forth. His people are talking to my people. I sent him over some of our papers as well as the code for Midnight. And we'll see where that goes. But again, they're nice people, and I've known them forever. And it's nice to have them back in the family. And we're going to figure this out as
Okay. Well, let me tell you what, that's interesting against the backdrop of what I saw in that film. Interesting dynamic. Charles wants to play nice now. Okay, everybody remembers this when Scottie Pippen said that he met with Satoshi back in 1990 something. So I wanted to show you this. This was the look on Michael Saylor's face when he said that. Okay, I wanted to make sure that everybody remembers who this guy is as we go into this. Now that we're going to get some regulatory clarity and everything, I think it's very important to remember who Michael Saylor is. This guy, just like the whole ETHgate thing, this guy was the guy who was perfectly willing for everything else to be a security. In fact, that's what he wanted. He didn't want all of the rest of the industry to be okay. He just wanted it for Bitcoin.
And when Ethereum is not going to be approved, sometime this summer, it'll be very clear to everyone that Ethereum is deemed a crypto asset security, not a commodity. After that, you're going to see that Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Ripple, Cardano, everything down the stack is just a crypto asset security unregistered. None of them will ever be wrapped by a spot ETF. None of them will be accepted by Wall Street. None of them will be accepted by mainstream institutional investors as crypto assets. This is the one universal consensus accepted institutional grade crypto asset in the world. There won't be another one.
That's what he wanted, and I think that's important to note. Now, back to him staring at Scottie Pippen. Folks, I don't understand what's so complicated about this. But this Patrick Bet-David had him on his show, and this first 4 minutes will make you uncomfortable, and you need to watch it. You need to understand what this means, because he literally is saying it's not even appropriate to even ask who Satoshi is. This is so unhinged and crazy. That's why I call him Crazy Michael Saylor. And you can tell Patrick Bet-David thinks it's crazy too. This guy acts like a lunatic. But the main thing is, just from reading between the lines, it's very obvious he don't want to talk about who Satoshi is because he probably already knows who Satoshi is, which makes this one of the biggest scandals in financial history, that all these people have been out there pushing Bitcoin and not telling the truth about whether they know who Satoshi is.
You're sitting next to Scott.
Watch this first 4 minutes. It's unbelievable how I would use the word obtuse and immature his answer is. But you're investing billions of dollars into this Bitcoin thing, but you don't want to know, you don't want to ask any questions. Everybody should just invest billions of dollars without asking any questions. Who is this? What if it was just for example, what if Jeffrey Epstein invested? What if we found out that Jeffrey Epstein commissioned Bitcoin being created? Would that affect whether somebody would want to own any of it? Might not. I don't know. But what if it was a terrorist organization, or China, or North Korea? Would that change anybody's viewpoint? And that's why this is so strange and weird, his reaction to this.
Scottie Pippen, as a basketball player, used to play with Michael Jordan, and he's being asked about Satoshi, and Pippen makes claims about the fact that he's known him since the early 90s. And Michael, if there's any facial reactions that should end up being a meme or should be used for other videos, it's yours, because folks, I want you to focus on Michael's face. Mike, you don't make a lot of facial reactions. You're typically very stoic. But in this moment, you couldn't control yourself. I want to know why. Go ahead, Rob.
You mentioned you met Satoshi in Seattle in 1993. You also He also came to you in a dream. You have a nice relationship
Those are eyes that are saying, don't say it, dude.
with Satoshi.
I feel like I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a story to tell. Definitely have an opportunity to meet him back in 1993.
You mentioned
Now, what happened previous to that? What happened after that? Is he saying 1993? Is he confusing Satoshi with Michael Jordan, who in 1993 Seattle? Is he thinking George Carlin as
I
Satoshi?
think David Schwartz had a patent by then, didn't he?
Sean Kemp, 93 during the playoff. Who is he talking about here?
Look, I like Scotty, and he came over to my house and we had a nice dinner on my yacht and we talked all about Bitcoin and it was awesome and I have the greatest respect for him. I think that the interviewer kind of asked him an unfair question and I was a little bit uncomfortable because us Bitcoin maximalists, we are very protective of Satoshi and we don't we don't like. Well, we don't talk about Satoshi other than with reverence. So, I don't know. I don't have much more to.
Let me translate. We need this Satoshi thing to be almost Jesus-like so that nobody can ever know, and it's a moving target, and it's just a controversy as to who it could be, but nobody ever really knows who it is, even though we probably know factually who it is. In fact, we know that Homeland Security met with 4 of them. Okay, you're investing. Let me repeat: you're investing billions of dollars in it, but there's a video out there, and you don't even want to go find out who these people are and what their intentions are.
On that, other than we know Satoshi came onto the world scene Halloween 2008. And we like to have all of our commentary starting Halloween white paper 2008 onward. And
we like to have all our commentary starting there. In other words, we don't want to have any discussion of who Satoshi is because it'll blow up his wallet if it ever comes out.
Otherwise, I think it's constructive that Scottie Pippen, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, has a relationship with Satoshi and talks about Satoshi, and it's endemic of the fact that Satoshi is the bringer of fire, Prometheus. He brought us sound money, and I think that's awesome. But otherwise,
did you guys speak backstage where you're like, Scotty,
otherwise, I'm not
talking
to you about my relationship with Satoshi. Satoshi is reverent
to him, to Scotty is what you're saying.
Crazy.
Or you're saying to you is reverent.
I think Satoshi's very special, but.
Did you guys have a follow-up like you and Scott?
Oh yeah, he came to my house that evening and we had a great time, a great discussion.
Did you ask him like what do you mean you met him? Did he share anything with you or no? Like when he met him?
I have no other insight to offer on this subject.
I got it. Well, listen, the rest of the world was curious when Scotty said that. One, I was concerned about your neck because I thought you cracked your neck when you turned the Bravo. I don't know if you saw that or not. It was a very quick movement you made. And then the second part, you play one more time, Rob. Again, just look at the neck reaction, folks. Not anything else, but watch this. Go ahead.
You mentioned you met Satoshi in Seattle in 1993. He also came to you in a dream.
Twice.
You have a nice relationship with Satoshi.
It is not fair that Bacella asked him the question, and
is that in the world?
What is not fair about that question?
Is that inappropriate to ask the question in the world? Why did you get a little bit uncomfortable?
I think it's inappropropriate.
He got uncomfortable because he knows this whole thing blows up.
It's inappropriate. It's inappropriate for a big. It's like just inappropriate.
This guy is full of crap.
Satoshi came onto the scene in 2008 Halloween with the white paper, asking anybody about their relationship with Satoshi before that date is an unfair, inappropriate question.
It's almost at.
That is 4 minutes of the most insane talk I've ever heard. Okay, we're going to continue all this. There's a lot more on crypto, XRP, all the above. In fact, Michael Saylor is going to comment on Ripple in this next clip I'm going to play in the AI XRP. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go.